Hey everybody, before the show begins, I'm just going to let you know for some reason, when I was recording this in OBS, it glitched on me and I sound like a robot. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what caused it, uh, but it did. So I apologize. I got to figure out what happened, and hopefully, it's not something major. But outside of that, I hope you enjoy today's show. Welcome to the Start Over Podcast. I'm your host, Edward Shelton, aka Dark Logos, and this is the show where we look at the strategies, tactics, and mechanics behind the game of heroclix. Of course, this is the Black History Month episode because, yeah, I'm definitely going to get that out. It's one of the few times in the year that I'm able to get a diverse yet monolithic set of guests onto the show to talk about heroclix. So, like always, I have the man, the myth, the repeat legend, Mr. Kyrie Sampson. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing quite well, prospering in this pandemic.
There we go. And I have the Lord of the comic book dance, the Mister. I was here before your face got blown off. Blow your face off. For those that know about that, Mr. J Major, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing good. I'm going to have to say this, and I bug you every time I every time I see you. It's like I'm still mad at you for not getting an invite for Phoenix Nest, but I've gotten over it.
That's fine. That's fine. I will tell you this: you were on the list at a point in time.
All right, I'm okay with that. Jalen's not still happy about it, but he'll get over it.
Yeah, that too. I had a conversation with Jalen about that a couple years ago. So all I say is y'all are on a team now, so that's
right. I just like giving grief about it. That's all.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about a couple of things, but we're going to sort of interject some of the things that we had in the pre-show, and talking about just the state of clicks before we go into our top Black Hero clicks this year. Is the state of the meta, and even more so, just the state of the game in general, and the flux that's coming. And the one thing that I think is the big deal, and we're talking about, is are things good? Will things be good? We don't know. So here are general baseless opinions of what we're making on various different mechanics and whatnot, and that frustration. So I'll go to Jay first, and then I'll come back to Kyrie, and then I'll end it off. So what's your thoughts on the current reveal process of things?
As far as the rules and everything?
Yeah, with the rules and the changes and everything.
I think that some of the rules are going to be great. I think they should have just put the whole thing out all at once and saying,
yes.
And instead of giving us piece by piece, because you know how people get. You want to speculate, and is this going to work? Is it And then they just everybody says, I'm just going to throw my clicks away because they don't know what's going to happen. I think that they should just waited until the set drop, put the rule book out then, and then go from there, because now you don't know if this power is going to work with this power. We don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's my opinion on it. I mean, like I said, I'm a small fry in this thing, so I have no idea.
Well, you're a shop owner too. Like everyone that's done major competition at Origins has visited your shop.
Correct. It's yeah. Let me get that out of the way. I don't own the shop. I am a person of interest in the shop, but since we've been doing it since 2010, everybody goes, "Hey, let's go to Jay's place." So me and Doug never changed that part. We just said, "Hey, it's Jay's place during Origins." But I do have say so in the clicks department. So, when they said people say things, I do say my shop, but it's not really my shop. I just wanted to get, because I had to explain it every time I talk to somebody. but it's like, but people know it as Jay's Place.
Well, I mean, you're still a business owner. Like
Correct.
yeah, and that's one of the important things is that you're coming from the business perspective of this.
Right.
You know, and when I look at like, does this impact business? Like, because I think the whole thought process for WizKids is we're simplifying things to generate business. And I don't think the way that they're going about it is the way to generate business. But that may be my naive opinion, and you would better understand that from the business level of like, hey, this will bring people to the store.
Now, what's going to bring people into the store is if they advertised it more, or if me as myself, I try to do it, advertise it, around the city to try to get more people into the store to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It fluctuates so much that people get frustrated with it. I mean, I understand that you want to change things and things progress, but when you change it every few years, people get frustrated, and that it's in what I've seen.
Yeah, it's like it's about every 4 years they do some major change.
It really is.
Right.
Yeah. 2017 was the last one. Before that was 2013.
Yeah.
And I just now got used to those rules. And now I'm
Yeah.
All right.
Heck, 4 years before 2013, the game was coming off of its dirt nap. So, yeah. There's a big shift every 4 years.
Every 4 years. Yeah, it's like a presidency. it's like your election comes.
Yeah.
Everything's about to change.
Right.
Welcome to the regime you didn't vote for. Well, all right. So Kyrie, what's your thoughts?
I'm legit excited for these changes. Both as a player and as a judge who occasionally attempts to teach the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you two things that just always kind of caught me short when I realized I have to explain this. Was the concept of pushing and the concept of hindering terrain.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like just one more layer of complexity to throw onto a new player. Hey, if you put this second token, you have to take a click of damage. Do you want to do that? And it's just one more decision that is ultimately, now that I've gotten a little distance from the whole shock of the no more pushing thing, I'm realizing I just felt like a weight just lifted off my shoulders as a teacher of this game on that level. And the same thing with hindering terrain. They've just gotten used to the idea that they can actually move diagonally and not, square by square. And suddenly I have to tell them, oh, that green, you have to stop. And I'm just like, I kind of hate to use the term that they've been using in these articles, but it really does feel kind of bad. So even in a test solo play that I was doing the other day, when I realized that I would no longer have to walk around this patch of hindering to get my empower piece up next to the piece that he needed to be to, I was just like, oh my gosh, I am so ready for this. So by and large, I'm okay with these changes. I'm either legit excited or okay with them. There are a few things that I would have definitely done differently. Earthbound neutralized being top of those things that I would have done differently. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping with WizKids that this will keep more players from dropping the game from its complexity, and that they'll just continue to learn how to play it. Because right now the learning curve for heroclix is a sheer cliff wall, and only the most determined ever actually learn it.
And definitely with some of the new mechanics that was introduced in
Oh gosh, that's a whole other ball of wax. Okay, so I mean, I've put this out on some of the Facebook groups. WizKids is like, hey, we're gonna make this game more streamlined and simplify the rules. Also, WizKids, here's 5 new mechanics.
Oh yeah, Yeah,
They
and
need to stop doing that. They put something out like that in every set that just needlessly makes the game complex. When those of us who are already in the game, we don't need those things to stay in the game. We're perfect. I can't say everybody's perfectly happy with the game as it is without the gimmicks of equipment and resources and ATAs and captains and sidekicks and all those other things. Maybe other people need those things for the game to stay fresh and interesting. I don't.
you bring up something that I haven't necessarily thought about is the freshness of the game, and then introducing things for freshness of the game, like their Mentos or something. I personally am looking at this situation with the whole captain and the sidekick, and I'm saying, oh captain, this used to be a feat, and there is nothing really that I am looking at in this mechanic that shouldn't just be a mechanic of the game in general. Pay 5 points, this person is the captain. Okay, you have one of the following things. Pick one character, this is a sidekick. You only can have one captain and one sidekick per force. You can either get, this character can, when you move, this character is placed adjacent for free once per game. Whatever. That could have been easier. Instead of, here are my 3 captains, here are my 3 sidekicks. All of my 3 sidekicks get the bonuses from all the captains.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, yeah, like, it to me, it's like someone didn't think that through. But in terms of the complexity, I think from a competitive player perspective, WizKids hasn't done themselves any favors to make the common characters useful as much. Now, they've gotten better. Okay, I'll say that. But from my perspective, they've done a lot of things like in the last 2 sets that just said, hey guys, screw everything else that you were working on. Your team is going to be 90% super rares. And I think that's still bad for the game. Super rares and chases, I mean. But with the upcoming rules and changes, one of the things that I am extremely happy about is a power combination that never could work in the past. That you can always say, like, hey, I don't have to explain this anymore. Running shot, pulse wave, range combat expert. It used to be the most worthless combo in the game. Now it's decent. Now it's actually good. And that was a gripe for years.
What about the new one, Flurry exploit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we actually don't know if that's going to work, honestly. Maybe they still make exploit have to, work on a single target. I don't know. That's just the thing. That one article where they were talking about attack replacements versus attack modifiers or improvements or whatever term they used. I was like, yeah, but I need specifics. I really need specifics. I need the actual wording of these powers so we actually know how all this stuff works.
Correct. Because now you got guys like me saying, oh, Flurry exploit works now. I'm running 15 Wendigos. And then the rulebook comes out and says, oh, I can't do that now. So now I'm back to
Well, the Flurry Wendigos is still a thing. Like,
well, I mean the
Flurry exploit Wendigo.
But if I can Flurry exploit Wendigo, that's even more dangerous.
Yeah,
now,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's why I said, give me let me know ahead of time. Or I'm sorry, don't let me know ahead of time. Let me know when the book comes out. Don't give me these previews or these snippets or sneak peeks at it.
Just dribbling stuff out like this.
Yeah, just give it to me all at once and let me ponder over it until it comes out. But now they got thinking, hey, I can do this, this, and this, and then rule because we're not going to do that. So now I'm like, now I'm sad face, sitting here crying in this mountain of Wendigos I got, and I can't play them now.
So I think the main reason,
or you've been playing with the new rules, teaching your new players these rules that don't exist yet, and then suddenly you got to reteach them the actual rules.
Yeah, and I think you sort of hit it a bit, Jay, of why they're doing it this way. is so that I think they learned the lesson when they had the whole dials on the back of what happened when they just revealed that. It just the community popped off like and was angry. I mean, we're a lot calmer now.
Of course we were angry because putting the dials on the front was that was terrible. Terrible decision.
Having played, and I'll say this: having played through that, is it the worst thing? No. It makes games a lot more decisive, and there's less room for error. But I won't lie; I've looked at the back of cards. The thing I think is that they're trying to avoid another one of those. Yeah, where the entire community is in that much enraged that they lose a third or even worse half of their player base because of the changes. So they're trying to slow burn so that you're frustrated for a couple of days and then you stop and you calm down and then they put out something nice. It's like, yay! And then a couple of days later, something's like, boo!
Yeah. I agree. That's what they're doing. And it's working. It's working. I was at first, I was like, wait a minute, what does this no more pushing do to my Indom figures? Bring back Indom. And then I slowed down and thought about it. It's like, you know, it is better that my Ironheart now can act without taking a click 2 turns in a row. Okay, I'm all in.
Yeah, there are a bunch of figures like that.
I'm okay with the no pushing rule. The only thing I don't like about it is that I can't get that Susan Richards to that second that 19 defend. She starts with that 18, starts that goes to that 19 on the second click. I can't get her there without pushing her. I mean I just think that pushing damage should be that should be optional. If I want to push her, I can. If not, then the newer players don't have to. If I want to get to that, because I mean. In reality, I try to equate clicks to real life, but we all know that's not going to happen. They never that way. With the no pushing damage, with the knockback rules, it's like, okay, so I'm going to get knocked into a wall and I don't get damaged at all. I don't fall off a building. I don't get damaged at all. Now that might change, but once again, that's one of those things where it's making me think about it for another 2 months until that comes out.
Right, and I think because in Phoenix Nest we were talking about the impact of knockback damage and how many different things start to become unviable because
there is no knockback damage.
Because there is no knockback damage, and how you're looking at it as getting past a certain click, getting past stop clicks, activating characters due to friendly knockback. Triggering other effects that happen when you're damaged. Like, while Force Blast as a power sucked, like we'll just admit that the ability to control knockback as a mechanic is a good thing, and it added a layer of depth to the game. Now, while the knockback keyword is still there, you still have this. I hate to say it, this taste in your mouth from the previous years of knockback damage and what it could do. And you're just saying to yourself, it's like, okay, so I knock him off of the elevation. Okay, so he won't take knockback damage or falling damage or any of this stuff. So why did I do that in the first place, other than the fact that he has to run around and come back up? Is that worth it?
That is the question that we'll be answering as we go forward using knockback. Maybe it is. Maybe it's more worth it than we think. But in this I have to agree a little bit with WizKids that knockback damage on top of also getting out of position really does kind of compound the negative play experience of being the victim of that. But if you asked me, I would have taken away normal knockback, but kept falling damage because that should still be a thing.
Well, I think, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my sort of mild pushback with them. I hate to say this, pushing formation play, like enhancement and power and shield TA and limiting perplex and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You need to punish. You need something that punishes that, or else that just you're going to see GL tanks. That's all you're going to see. Is that's the future? Is GL tanks in some form or fashion? Now I can maneuver all my enhancement guys up here and boop, they're plopped there and running shot, and I'm getting enhanced damage. Doop doop doo. And look, I dropped off my 3 empower guys. Now watch it as I charge for free. Like, that's the future. And to punish people for doing that is necessary. Like, they nerfed TK. I'm like, all right, I can't really use TK as an attack option.
TK wasn't worth it to use that anyway. Like, in the 15 years I've been playing this game, I've probably made 5 TK attacks like that.
Fair.
And I played a lot.
I did it. I did. When they changed it to where you could use TK to bust stealth, I was using it all the time.
Yeah, I was doing that too.
You know what? That's true. I forgot about that period. Yeah, I used it a lot more then.
Yeah, but anyway, like I think we all agree. It's like we need to get all information. It's not we're doing it because we can't wait, but it's more we're doing it saying it's just for investing reasons. What are we investing in? What are we not investing in? What is actually worth it? I really feel for some.
See, that's
folks.
y'all's question. See, you're the teacher and leader of Phoenix Nest, so you're thinking about, okay, what do I tell my team to invest in? Jay is the business owner, so he's like, okay, what clicks are going to become hot, and that's what do I need to invest in? Me, I'm Mr. heroclix. It's all about fun guy. I'm like, what am I going to have to explain to my players come April as the judge?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's what I need time to begin to digest. Once I get all the rules, I will be pretty quickly up to speed and be able to explain these rules and judge these games correctly. And I'll probably be a big booster of the rules change too. I usually come around really fast with rules change and be like, you know what, that was actually a good decision, and it actually makes more comic sense.
And again, we'll see. So let's get into the main event. We're going to talk about our best figures since last year.
Black Clickstery Month.
Black Clickstery Month. So just for some clarification for people about like what sets are we talking about? We're fundamentally talking about all the way back to Justice League. Captain America, I did listen to the audio. We talked about Captain America last year.
Yeah, we did.
So if anyone was like, what about Captain America? We covered that last year. So if you want to go and find out what we picked last year, go ahead and listen to that episode. So there you go. So it's fa to JLU. So
yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead, Jay. I'll let you start off. You're the first time.
Hold on. Shall I give them the list of figures that we're talking about?
Let Kari go first, since he has the list.
Okay. All right. We'll go through the list then.
All right. So that first set is Justice League. It's got like 12 figures that are Green Lantern 002, Amanda Waller number 11, Vixen, Static number 27, Green Lantern number 36, Amanda Waller number 40, Static number 43, Warhawk.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yep. Micron.
He's black, isn't he? He's mixed.
Yeah.
I forgot he was black. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I collect all these pieces, so I make it my business to find out, okay, who counts with the one drop for the one drop. Our international listeners, that's a thing in America, so yeah.
Oh gosh.
23 and me.
Super Rare Prime number 59B Micron is the next one. Black Manta in the Chase selection at number 68. 072 Black Vulcan, also a Chase. And in the starter set, we had one more version of John Stewart Green Lantern. In Fantastic Four, we had 3 versions of Black Panther. Black Panther 005 in the Fast Forces. And Black Panther number 13A and Black Leopard number 13B. Next set was what was the next set? SpiderMan,
yeah. Because the other set, the Battlegrounds didn't have any black characters in it.
No, it did not. We have number 4 Prowler. We had Deathlock number 8. Number 17 Aaron Davis. Number 18 Spider-Man. That's Miles Morales. Number 20 Prowler, a different version of Prowler than number 4. Number 44 Iron Spider, a secret identity of Aaron Davis. Spider Carnage, which is Miles Morales turned Carnage wise, and Miles West Chase version from the Chase set.
Oh yeah, gosh.
And our most recent set is the most recent set with any black characters. I have to put that out there because Future Foundation doesn't have any. I don't think.
It'd be House of X, wouldn't it? With the
House X, yeah.
Yeah.
House X has the most play.
We have 2 versions of Bishop, number 3A and number 3B. Sunspot at number 7.
I thought he was Brazilian.
Yes, he's a black Brazilian.
Oh.
I'm counting it because his origin story involves him getting beat down by racist white people. So yeah, he counts no matter how much Marvel's been whitewashed in a sense. We have Bishop's sister Shard, number 13.
Yeah.
Sunspot, number 25. Storm, number 39. Dr. Cecilia Reyes.
Yes.
45. And number 51, Maggot, or however you pronounce it in South African.
Yeah.
Even though it looks blue on the clicks, that is a black.
It's a black dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And that is our list. That is our list of released black characters since our last Black History Month event in 2020. There are a few that were supposed to be released in last year's convention schedule, but because of Corona World, those clicks have not been released. But someone sold a set of them on eBay, and I am mad because now my Black Clicks collection is incomplete.
Oh, what was it? Because I didn't.
There's a new version of Power Man and Iron Fist. There's a new version of Miles Morales. That's a repaint of the old handstand Spider-Man sculpt.
Really?
Yeah. And I forget what the third one. The third one was not a Black Clicks, but I can't remember what that character was. I feel like it might have been a new version of Gwen. Spider-Gwen.
The fanboydom over Gwen is heavy. I don't know why, but again, everybody has
I mean, she has a good costume. It's a cool costume that is both kind of badass and feminine.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and spider, and she's a spider person, and that's always an easy thing to do for a new character. So yeah, I'm a little bit mystified by her popularity a little bit, but I understand it too.
According to my nephew, Spider-Man. Little short tangent. I gave my nephew a big bag of old clicks, like flight stands and all, right? Mm-hmm. And he digs through the entire bag, and he's like, "Where's Spider-Man?" And in my knowledge, I'm like, I thought I would have like one of almost everything in that bag. And I didn't have a Spider-Man in that bag. He then proceeds to discard pretty much a grocery bag full of heroclix for like Mach 10 and Mach 10, and I think that was the only one he played with. Oh wow! Yeah, a basic Mach 10 sculpt with his arms out and the wings are out, and he's just flying around with it, calling him Dragonfly. So I'm just like, oh man, I need to get him a Spider-Man click the next time I show up, so that he'll love his uncle again. So there we go. All right, so that's the list, everyone.
Black clicks.
That's the list of black clicks.
Yep.
So we'll go with top 5, and hold on. We'll go with top 5, and here, Kyrie, you start off.
My top 5.
Top 5.
Well, 2 of them made my top 2 favorites of all clicks in 2020. So I will start with them. One of them is Vixen. In past times, I've liked most versions of Vixen at least a little bit, but they never quite actually felt like the character. Not fully. Like the one in Streets of Gotham, she was great, especially when I thought that she was better than she was. But the fact that she had like an 8 range never was right. So this one is a strictly close combat piece, and she, for those who don't know, she has the ability to, as a free action, pick any of the powers on her card, and she can use that power until her next turn. So it's just a really neato. It's a really neato power and ability, and one that is surprisingly useful. I just wish that her attack values were better, because Vixen is not somebody you want to fight with, because she will tear you to pieces. So that's my one complaint, is that she costs a little bit too much and her attack values don't match her price. But when I've used her on the table, she does well, because I can just always pick whatever power that I need with her. Does anybody else want to go and share one of their picks before I go through the other 5, or do you want me to go through the rest?
Go ahead and go through your 5.
Okay. All right. The other one that I picked as my favorite for 2020 is Micron.
What?
Yes, Micron.
He's not
his real name is unknown, but to me, his name is Mike Ron. That's his real name. But yeah, Micron. So okay, short story.
I gotta look that one up. I really gotta look that one up. Go ahead.
Y'all ain't know. I just said it in our list, but I guess we were had gotten off on the tangent, and maybe y'all didn't hear me. But yes, Micron. Micron is definitely on the black box, or in the black box. If you watch the episode of whatever, was it Batman Beyond?
Gosh, dog, he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's black. Micron's black.
Mm-hmm. When I bought my brick of JLU, I was pleased. It's like, oh, there's the super rare prime. I hear that he's pretty good. I might need to sell them for some cash, because at the time I was I was between jobs, and I was like, I might need to actually get this money. And then I learned, oh, wait a minute, he's part of the black box. Oh, I'm so glad that I pulled him. I don't need to be spending extra money trying to get this piece.
Gosh. Wow.
But yeah, y'all know about Micron. I like him because I like pieces that do size chain shenanigans. I've liked that for years. Like, one of my favorites for the previous year was Power Girl, and she does the same thing. And he's just exceedingly useful as a piece. So yeah, Micron, he is either my number 2 or maybe my number 1. in terms of favorites. Beyond those two that were clear favorites, I guess I have to also say Maggot is another one. That is a very well designed piece. Got to give it up to the team that designed him. It is. It's. I can't say it's a completely balanced piece, because the things that piece can do is kind of ridiculous. But it's a piece that I enjoy. It's very finessey, which is kind of closer to my style than the smash you in the face for 5 style of play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's another one that I really like. The others, not many of the others really kind of jump out as favorites, so I might just have to curtail mine to those 3, and let y'all pick up from there. Sorry, I don't really have a top 5. I guess if you pushed me, I would say Black Manta and Black Vulcan from JLU would be my last 2. Maybe an honorary mention for Black Leopard, but that might not actually be my style of play either. I'm still waiting for a Black Panther that makes me forget that the Age of Ultron one ever existed, and they haven't given me one yet.
Oh, gosh. We are not going back through that conversation. We are not doing this again.
Yeah.
We are not going through this again. For those people who do not know, this is like a 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old reference. So we did a show for Black History Month, of course, and we talked about that Black Panther. So go back and watch that show. It's not like I'm going to get money off of it, but go back and watch that show, and you'll see why I am reacting the way that I am reacting. Okay, so Jay, what's your top 5?
My top 5. I got to start at number 1, Black Vulcan for sure. Only because of it does bring in money, and it is very meta.
He makes me money.
If you're playing Super
piece,
Friends,
though.
you got to play Black Vulcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second would be Micron. I didn't play Micron too much. I mean, I played some games with Jalen. He's played it, and he's done real well. I gotta say, Maggot at 3, only because once again I haven't played him, but he's very popular, and I'm getting paid off of him, so I'd have to bring that in. Let's see, number 4. If I had to pick one, it'd be Bishop from House of X.
The Prime?
Yes, the Prime one. And number 5, only because I like the character, had to go Static. I'm not really a big Black Panther fan because it's like I want a piece that gives me a lot of bang for my buck as far as the meta side, the gameplay side. I think Panther, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think in some figures he's overcosted, in my opinion, for what I want to play. And he doesn't fit. He doesn't fit what I want to play in my play style. But Static goes at number 5 only because his attack value is so low.
Yeah. You're talking about the uncommon Static, right? Not the rare.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for me, if it's not a super rare or a chase or a good rare, I leave it alone because once again, I'm looking at the monetary value of. I'm looking at what somebody will come into the store and want to make their team better.
Nice.
And If that's wrong, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how that's how.
No, that's fine. That is more than fine.
Retailer's point of view,
that's
perfectly fair.
That's a perspective. Yeah, that's a perspective we haven't had. Yeah.
Because it's like if I mean that I'm pretty sure when if Origins would have came through, I would have got rid of those 7 Black Vulcans. I mean, I got rid of them anyway, but I would have sold those 7 Black Vulcans I had right off the bat, because people are going to come in. They're going to say, "Hey, you got this, you got this." Yes, I do have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or I'm going to buy like 6 of them. You know, because somebody doesn't want to keep it.
Need it for their sideline.
Yeah,
or they need money, and they don't need it for their sideline.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you know, it was the pandemic really kind of screwed it. Not me, kind of screwed everybody over in the clicks world on that. You know, and we couldn't do what we wanted to do, and have fun, and you know, and laugh at people rolling crit misses, or like we all have done. I've done it. I hate it, but I've done it.
No, I actually legit do not laugh at people when they roll crit misses. I feel their pain.
Let me take that back. If me and you are playing a game and we know, like, we're at the bottom of the list.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Table 36.
We know we're not doing anything. We're just rolling dice and having fun. And you know, I crit miss, you crit miss. We're gonna laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. So again, I'm going to come in and drop my top 5, and my top 5 are going to be a little bit different, not by much. And I think, like, I'll say this: we're going to admit that Bishop is like the best black figure. Bishop Prime is the best black figure that got released in the last year. He just is. Like, Micron is like number 2 in terms of meta. But Bishop is like number 1. Folks are thinking about him now. He is the modern Brother Voodoo. Okay, I'm going to pronounce that now. He is the modern Brother Voodoo when it comes to how much he's reshaping the game. Okay, you're either like, yeah, I'm going to play him, or you're planning for him. Like, you just are. There are very few things that get around him in the way he's set up with Shard. So, I have to say, like, my number 1 is Bishop. Like, the moment that, and he's been one of my favorite X-Men, like, since I was a little kid. And, you know, Jerry Curl and all. I saw a guy when, like, Bishop showed up. It's like, I'm going to blast you. He absorbed it. I was like, what? He just absorbed it? That's the power I want. And he shot it back. I'm like, you're invincible, dude. You know, that's what I thought. So when you're in a land of wizards, whoever absorbs mana wins. So I was like, same thing. So number 1 is Bishop, because if you're playing Black History Month team, he's going to be meta enough to help you. My number 2, which a lot of people might say is strange considering everything I said, is Dr. Celicia Rice. And
he would have been my number 6 if we had gone further down the line, I think.
Yeah.
I was just looking at her as like, you know what?
in new rules land, she's dumb. In current rules land, she's pretty balanced, because you can have 1 or 2 of her and she doesn't disrupt. Let me rephrase that. You'll pay 60 points for permanent barrier. In the future,
no, you will not pay the 50 points for permanent
60 for 2.
Oh, 60 for 2.
60 for 2. 60 for 2. Not 50.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 for 2. Yeah, but in the future, she'll be a bit better. But the fact that I have an 18 defend, plus ESD, plus barrier, all the defense power, plus support, you know, I gotta say, that's hella good for 30 points. Will she ever shoot? No. I don't care how much enhancement she has. unless it comes down to me needing to end the game. That's the only time she'll shoot. But Dr. Sleep's Arise is a classic X-Men character that's just been overlooked for years, and she's solid. I know I'm gonna get the hate on this one. Number 3 is Black Leopard. Okay.
There's no hate. No hate. That is a solidly meta piece.
All right.
Yeah. That's a solid pick.
Okay, so my number 3 for Black Leopard is as follows. Can Black Leopard win you games? And my answer is yes, only for Fantastic Four. Only for Fantastic Four. I have tried looking at him for Avengers. There are better options for your Prime slot.
Gotcha.
You do Wakanda. You cry. We all cry. We all cry. Because all the characters were at the dawn of freaking Prime for Wakanda. Anyway, calm down. Black Rage. All right. So Black Leopard fundamentally works for Fantastic Four because when he's not useful, you just dip him out and you put somebody else in. And with the world of Bishop and everybody's got to be within 4 squares anyway, Black Leopard all of a sudden got a lot better. So, actually, I take that back because, again, you make these mistakes. Okay. So, I'm going to make a clarity because I know some folks, but you can't run 2 Primes, Dark Logos. I understand. But if you're running against Bishop,
exactly. Yeah.
You have Black Leopard because you're going to have this close encounter. Okay, and then once that close encounter happens, you're going to be under the effect of Black Leopard. So again, Black Leopard is my number 3. My number 4, Black Vulcan, because there's a meme. What show was it? It was like pure electricity in my pants. Go look that up. It's Harvey Birdman. That is good. But in heroclix, not heroclix, in Phoenix, we have a motto. The motto last year is crit miss means Vulcan. That's pretty much it. You crit miss, you Vulcan. Did you pull anyone else out? Why? Crit miss means Vulcan. So many games were won because crit miss means Vulcan. So I have to put him as my number 4. My number 5, I know some folks say is Maggot, right? And it normally would have been. But my number 5 is, and this is just sort of seeing it in the future, is Justice Lord's Green Lantern. Green Lantern. Justice Lord, Green Lantern. Now, I know some of you say, like, whoa, we weren't expecting that.
Sure wouldn't.
Okay. Sure so here is my thought. You have a character that is enhancement, running shot, psychic blast, in a format that's coming where formations matter. Okay? Yeah. Formations matter. He also has, when Green Lantern hits, after resolution, give each hit character that is equipped an action token, which does matter, because even though they're not taking pushing damage, it still does matter that he's able to hit. And you have enough sidestep, Jake, that you can block for him. And he has ESD and invulnerability, so if you try to EE him, he's not going to be hurt unless it's penetrating EE. So he
can carry flyers in the future too.
Yeah. So all of a sudden he pops off. Your next turn, you're going to have a bunch of characters, because you're at least going to have one other enhancement. And then he's giving you an enhancement. He has a base 3 damage. He has a decent range, and he has 2 targets. I have to say, like, yeah, this is a legit figure. Maybe not now, but in the future. So
Very near future.
Very near future. So I had to bring him up because I thought, yes, is he short dialed? Yes, but in a meta game state where we're going to see a lot of formations and a lot of transporting, and yes, to deal with Bishop getting real close, you're going to need a transport, and he's not a bad play. So,
yeah, showed me something here. And I think there's going to be a lot of cases of figures like that that right now don't really look impressive, but once we realize that, hey, they can take 2 tokens now and not push, suddenly they become at least viable. It's not actually meta or playable or anything like that, but at least they become viable in a way that they just aren't now.
Yeah, I think and we started going back and looking at what's to come. I took time and I looked at some figures, and I said to myself, if I was to go back and reevaluate or rebuy or completely sell off stuff, how much more stuff would I sell off than buy? And I found myself buying a little bit more than I would sell off. Just a little bit. But what I also started to see was this trend, and I would say it's a very dangerous trend that WizKid set up, which was institute a lot of cheap blocking. I mean, a lot of cheap barrier. Don't have a lot of improved movement, destroy blocking, but just have just enough where it's restrictive, and have very, very few improved targeting, destroys blocking pieces, and then introduce a lot of defend. From a defensive-minded person, when I see that, I see a bad day. I see a bad day for a lot of players. And even if Bishop didn't exist, the fact that we've had this plethora of cheap barrier just flooding through, like Molecule Man, the build Marvella, really, and Molecule Man is going to be the biggest infractor here in the upcoming months. But Marvella, double Marvella before that, and how oppressive the SpiderMan family teams were because of that. And we saw this before. We saw this in the mystical double Alan Scott Green Lantern and mystical meta with our good bestest of best pals, he who shall not be named because people are still bitter about him, Jakeem Thunder. You know,
I thought you were going to say that other dude. Okay.
No, well, him too. But Jakeem Thunder, and we saw what happened, and we saw how oppressive that was, and the complications that made, and how people didn't like it. So there's that. Oh, speaking of the figure that got better, Jakeem Thunder. Jakeem Thunder got a lot better.
Yep. Hey, no longer have to pick willpower just to keep going.
Yeah.
Now you now you can pick willpower and maybe take a token
off. Yeah. But yeah, so I look at that, I'm like, yeah, Jakeem Thunder, he definitely he'll definitely be hotness again. So again, I know some folks be like, he costs too much. I'm like, I know, but still, it's my only chance to get impervious prob and shape change. and then give him something to give him super sense. Give him some equipment. But yeah. Other than that, going forward, we'll just sort of try to wrap things up just a bit.
Oh, you know what? I should have mentioned this in the pre-show, but is there any one of these figures that you just don't like for whatever reason?
Oh.
Just one a piece, I guess.
Jay, go ahead, man, because I have one that's in my mind.
I'm not a fan of Black Panther. I mean, I know everybody. I'm just not.
That's fine.
The Panthers that don't do anything. in my opinion. Black Leopard does, but for me.
Black Leopard is fine, but neither of these Panthers are any good.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that. If I as a Black Panther fan, I've probably been the most critical with WizKids about Wakanda and Black Panther. So I'll say that. I'll agree with that. All right, Kyrie, what's yours, man?
Before these rule changes, I think I definitely had Rare Static on my top 10 list of worst figures of 2020.
Ooh.
Because that piece is just a mess, an overcosted mess. With the rules changes, I have yet to actually really look at him, but I know that he was specifically named as one that got better or will get better, so I might have to take a second look at him. The one that I want to like her, and to a certain extent I do, but the storm is she's not good.
Oh, from House of X?
From House of X, yes.
Yeah.
She's got the neat charging bolt thing, but that thing is so hard to use. If you don't time it perfectly, then it's completely worthless.
Okay.
If you can land it, it's pretty awesome. And the fact that she has a dial full of toughness is actually kind of good. You know, it means that she's not nearly as glass-jawed as I might have thought in practice. But yeah, she is not in the top third of Storm. She's on the bottom third.
Yeah. All right. The only time I liked this figure was in the TV show. And when I name him, you're going to be like, oh, yeah. Deathlock. Deathlock is... I just have never liked a Deathlock. I'll take that back. It's been really hard for me to like a Deathlock, let alone play Deathlock. And the one in SpiderMan and Venom, the Absolute Carnage set,
yeah,
I just look at him and I'm like, this is not good. Now I know someone says, but he shoots through characters and hindering for 75 points, and your damage reduction is toughness with a 10 attack. And it's like, but he can pick any attack standard. Choose beginning your turn. You can choose a standard damage power. Oh, okay. Yay, he has RCE now. Okay, great.
Or maybe shape change.
Yeah, like I'm not too hot on this. Now they're like, oh, but look, here's the other one. It's 60 points. It's a bit better. I'm like, yeah, it's a bit better. I'm still not worth it.
Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's not even that good either.
Those figs should have been 50 and 30 points easily.
I don't know about the 50 for the other Deathlock. I'll give you 30 points. I'll give you 30 points for number 8. And if he didn't have the special power, I would pay 30 points for that.
I would say 50 points if he didn't have the special power. With the special power, I feel like he's 10 points overcosted as he is right now. Should be 65 instead of 75.
Really? I'm which ones are the robot, the gray ones? I thought those should be 30 points, and the regular Deathlock should be 50. I mean,
so here's the issue. So you go into the number 22. He has the freedom tokens, and the freedom tokens fundamentally make him a construct without the advantage of being a construct. And that's a problem. Oh, I do 4 damage, but my opponent only takes a maximum of 1. Well, that's the point. What's the point of me having 4 damage? It's like, but then if he gets his leaderships, and he gets enough of them, he gets 2 of them. Now he's free. He's a free man, and it's just like, no, this is bad. This is just bad, and because by the time you get your freedom papers, you're probably doing 3 damage.
Yeah.
Or you're almost dead on last click. And you just like, oh no, what do I do? And it's like, I could have played better robots. That's what I could have done. I could have played Magneto.
For fewer points and gotten more out of it.
Yeah. So.
Oh gosh, I'm just looking at number 8 Deathlock's dial, and I did not remember that he was so short-lived.
Yeah.
That's only 5 clicks. I thought he had at least 6.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
He is exactly 25 points overcosted.
Yay.
He should be 50.
Yay. All right. I was able to get Kyrie to agree.
Yep, Kyrie is on board. I am on board.
He's on board with me.
I can't say this is the worst version of this character. There's still those sinister REVs that are not great.
He's never gotten justice.
No, he was good as the Prime in Wolverine and X-Men, but overcosted.
Yeah. Even now, he's overcosted, and I think this is one thing that I'm finding a little bit frustrating with is that you look at that set and the clicks of health for some of these characters is a bit crazy. You're like, wait, all I have to do is find a way to give you damage reduction, and you are insanely hard to deal with. And I know some people say, but that's a waste. I'm like, when's the last time you paid, so cheap prices, but you got 9 clicks? When's the last time you paid 75 points and got 9 clicks? Infinity Challenge. That's when the last time that happened.
Yeah.
You had 1 damage once you got mid-dial. That's what happened. That's what happened. So
I'll tell you, it's so fun sometimes to go, playing some of those ancient clicks in modern games, and watching them just soak up damage. It's just like, and the other player's like, how is this piece not dead yet? And I'm just sitting there laughing in hyper time.
Oh yeah, because support was the power that was more broken at that period of time. But yeah, so like I said, like overall, I look at what's coming, and I'm looking at like the design. And if they start giving us more clicks of life, I'm going to sit back and minor rage, just a bit, because the game isn't becoming efficient and able to be run in the quick period of time. It's people will find a way to make sure that you have to grind through every click. It will happen. It's inevitable. It's the way heroclix goes. Once people will be like, oh, so you mean that I have unoutwittable, unremovable mastermind, and this character has 10 clicks of life for 80 points, and I just need to give it damage reduction, and it has built-in healing. I think I'm going to do that.
Yep.
And it's like, what do? You can't do anything about that. But yeah.
You have that thing for points, Merlin, so it gives him invincible, and he's got mastermind on top of that.
Yeah,
so he can live. I mean, he can basically live the whole game.
Right.
Ooh-wee. Huh.
Yeah, Dr. Thing. Yeah.
No, Blackbeard.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the thing, and I just implanted it in my mind wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, any of those doom chases with the Stones and Merlin are going to be nasty. I mean, give them invincible on top of whatever they got. I mean, I can either use invincible or impervious. Well, I'm sorry. When the new rules come out, you can choose what you want to do. That's crazy, but the Stones and Merlin for 10 points is going to be probably a must-have on your team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I already collect Ben Grimm style sculpts, so Blackbeard was already on my list. So I guess I might as well just bite the bullet and buy one.
And he gets a mention in Black because he has black in his name. That's one reason why I said that.
Yeah, I guess because everybody has all the most majority of the black characters have black in their name. So for those who are not familiar, in FIFA, S003, Stones of Merlin. Equip any unequipped drop, effect invincible, / when this character is hit with an attack, roll a d6 on a 1 through 2 after resolutions, unequip this object and your opponent places it in a square of water terrain. Or, if no water terrain is on the map, place it in a square within 6 squares of the unequipped character. Again, more incentive to play, Molecule Man and Franklin Von Doom. Oh, do you have Stones of Merlin? We're going to have a water terrain right here, so says Franklin. So, oh gosh. I probably should have said that one out loud. Okay. All right, so go ahead, give your shout outs. I'll start with Kyrie. Like always, go ahead, do your shout outs, and then Jay.
Yeah. Well, I live here in the Atlanta area, and I'm always I'm very happy to be in a town which, although our click scene is not large in the sense of a lot of players at each venue, we're all kind of sprawled and spread out. But yeah, I have a lot of players and a lot of venues that I can go to here, even in this pandemic. So yeah, give a shout out to my Atlanta crew, and I'll pitch my still active, somewhat active website. It is called heroclixen.com, where it's all about fun. We focus on what's friendly, useful, and nifty about HeroClix, FUN. So yeah, go there, heroclixen.com.
All right, Jay.
All right. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to you for having me on this show, on your podcast today. Also, shout out to all my CWO members. That is the team I roll with since I couldn't get on Phoenix Nest. Shout out to my CWO members. Shout out to my son Jalen. Everybody knows him. He's coming for heads this year, so he's gonna be the new blow your face off guys.
Except a bit more eloquent.
Yeah, and speaking of the Atlanta crew, that is where the blow your face off guys hailed from. So I have first-hand experience with that one.
It's not a game, but it's a game.
And I'd like to, if you're ever in Columbus for Origins, whatever, come on down to Heroes and Games, a.k.a. Jay's place during Origins, and come get what you need. That's all I got.
All right. So I enjoy this every year. I go back and I listen to some of my past Black History Month episodes, and I've had some great guests. Marquise was on last year. Previously, I had KJ on. I've had Will Holland on. You know what? I didn't think about it. I need to get Scooter on next year. Man. Yeah, I need to get Scooter on next year. And
Scooter, he's one of my best friends, and
it's
part of the Atlanta crew. And oh my gosh, I can't believe that I didn't think to say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, and the other thing is Scooter was on Phoenix Nest, but he didn't travel, so I had to kick him off, sadly. But again, I knew Scooter before he became the super creative comic book guy. And he was working 3 jobs in school, and somehow, also playing HeroClix.
He's part of the HeroClixen board, and the rest of us were convinced that he's actually a robot.
I believe so too. I believe so too. So shout out to Scooter. Next year, you got to remind me. I got to draft Scooter to come on here, and then maybe it'd be Scooter and Jalen.
I'm gonna immediately tell him, "Hey, yo, this is happening next year, so just mark your time off."
Yeah, Scooter and Jalen. It'll be like he'll finally get on the show. Well, no, he's been on the show before too. So yeah. So anyway, I like to thank y'all for listening. So you're probably wondering, when is the Fufafa review coming out? I'm working on it still. I am torn on how to do the review for the set. Primarily with every time I want to start, new things for the rules come out. and then I sit back and reassess what I'm thinking. So,
I heard that. Man.
so, yeah. So my goal is to try to get it recorded this week or next week. I have work stuff that's going on, unfortunately. And, well, fortunately and unfortunately for time, but I was able to get things done today. So anyway, if you want to know when a new show is up, don't follow me on Twitter anymore. I hate to say it, Twitter and YouTube have beef, and it hasn't been working right the last few times. So I'm just being honest. You can try to follow me on Twitter. I'll try to put something up there randomly. But my Twitter still came from outer space, and I haven't heard from it in a bit. It left me a note and says, it just said sorry. That's all it said. I don't know what it's sorry for. I just know it's sorry. So you can email me at starringoverpodcast@gmail.com. The starringoverpodcast@gmail.com. If you wish to opine, keep it piffy and keep it awesome, baby. Let me know what did you play for Black History Month if you have any games going on. And if you ever want to donate to the show, you can go over to the blog, startingoverpodcast.blogspot.com, and donate. Everything goes to making the show better. All right. Again, I'd like to thank my guests, Jay Major and Kyrie, the lore keeper of Black heroclix Samson. for coming.
I'm doing the Wakanda salute right now.
Yeah. For coming on the show. And remember, like always, we all have to start over sometime.